I'm a marine biologist with a degree in zoology, and this is the story of the day a 40-foot whale came to shore to die right in front of us. At 3 a.m., we got the call. A humpback whale had beached itself on our coast. I quickly grabbed my camera and rushed over. As I drove, I could see from a distance the whale's massive body silhouetted against the night sky. As I got closer, I saw dozens of people standing on the beach, taking photos with their phones, their faces illuminated in the darkness by the eerie blue glow. The sight of this huge whale lying on its side on the beach was both beautiful and heartbreaking. But as a marine biologist, I knew that rescuing this whale was going to be extremely difficult, because it was a female and a large one at that, measuring almost 40 feet long. I quickly realized we were in for a very long day. As the tide receded, more and more people showed up, all wanting to get a closer look at the whale. We quickly set up a perimeter to keep people a safe distance away from the whale and to prevent anyone from climbing on or near it. But despite our efforts, some people tried to sneak closer, and we had to ask them to move back. This made me incredibly sad. People don't understand how dangerous it is to approach a whale, especially one this size. It may look like a big pile of dead meat to some, but it's a big pile of very sharp meat to others. Humpback whales have the sharpest teeth of any cetacean out there. Their teeth are designed for ripping apart their prey, which includes fish and squid. So if you find yourself face down in one of these, you will most certainly end up with a few cuts and gashes. Also, you never know what a whale might do. Even though this whale was on its side, it was still alive. It could roll over and cause serious damage to anyone who wasn't a safe distance away. Luckily, no one got hurt. As a marine biologist, I knew that this whale wasn't lost or confused. Whales are highly intelligent creatures with excellent spatial awareness. They navigate using a combination of cues, including visual landmarks, the Earth's magnetic field, and the sounds they make and hear. So if this whale was on the wrong coast, it was only because it wanted to be here. But why? To find out, my team and I started the long process of disentangling the whale from the fishing net that was wrapped around its tail. As we worked, we looked for other signs of entanglement, but didn't find anything else. After about an hour, we were able to remove the net. Once the line was cut, we carefully peeled it off the whale's tail. Then we checked the wound to make sure there was no damage. Luckily, the net had been nylon, so it hadn't cut into the whale's skin. With the net removed, we turned our attention to the whale's mouth. There, we found something that explained why this whale had come to this particular beach. Inside her mouth, we found a large mass of rope, some of which was plastic. The rope was wrapped tightly around the whale's tongue, and we could tell that it had been there for a while. The whale had likely become entangled in the rope at least a week before. To make matters worse, the rope had formed a tight band around the whale's tongue, cutting off its blood supply. Without treatment, this would eventually lead to the death of the tongue, which would then have to be removed. This is a painful procedure, and I knew that we couldn't let this whale suffer, so we made the decision to euthanize her. Before we did that, though, we took some time to say goodbye. One of my colleagues played the whale song, and the whale actually responded, blowing air out of her blowhole. It was a beautiful, haunting sound that I'll never forget. After saying goodbye, we administered the painkiller, and within minutes, the whale was gone. I felt terrible that we couldn't save this beautiful creature, but I knew that it was the right thing to do. By removing her from her misery, we gave her a final gift, the chance to die peacefully. This whale's death was a tragic reminder of the dangers of plastic pollution. The rope that killed her was likely discarded by humans. And every year, millions of tons of plastic waste end up in our oceans, killing animals and polluting the environment. If we don't change our ways, then sooner or later there won't be any whales left to see. If you enjoyed this story, please follow for more.